Creating from the heart, the artistry of living. I'm Suzy Vance, and I'm here with Rema
Binder,
Binder.
Dr. Binder.
Dr. Binder, Rema Binder, Dr. Binder. She, in my relationship with her, has been extraordinarily involved with the garden in Michigan City.
Yes, Friendship Botanic Gardens.
Right.
Yes.
Wonderful. And your role there now is?
Is president of the board.
Oh, have they been wise and chosen a good one?
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how good that is, but anyway, I love the gardens very much, and so I'm hoping to do whatever we can do to make it grow and make it available to as many people as possible.
How long have you been involved with the gardens?
Oh, I would say, many, many years before we even moved to Michigan City, because I belonged to a choral group, and I remember coming to the gardens even when the brothers were still alive, and we sang a concert on the stage, which is the island, if you will. That's
Yes,
where
I
they had the
remember
big
that.
stages. So I belonged to a choral group in Chicago. I was still in high school, and we came to the gardens, and I just loved the area, and I never thought that, we would move there and I would be involved in it, because we did know about it, because my family vacationed in Beverly Shores for I don't know how many years, 30 years or more. We would come out to Beverly Shores and rent a room or a small space.
In one of those wonderful
one of the
little
homes
hotels or something?
Homes, yes.
Right?
Yes, so, and then I started coming when I was in college by myself, and then I invited a number of college friends of mine to come and rent a room in one of the homes, one of the ladies who ran like a boarding house.
Right.
And we had to pay attention, and of course, if we went to the beach, came back, we had to take a shower, get dressed, come to the dining room and eat there, and then we'd have to go back to the beach after that. So after that summer, my friend said, "We're not doing this. We're gonna get a shack somewhere so we can just go to the beach and do our thing." So anyway, I've been around in Beverly Shores for a long, long time. When we lived in Chicago, my parents always loved the beach because obviously it always reminded them of Lithuania.
And there was a huge beach back then.
Absolutely, yes. And so we would come every summer and we'd stay in Union Pier at Karaitis up there and rent either a room or a cottage right on the beach.
Oh,
So we would be there every summer, and that's where my kids really met their best friends, because my best friend also vacationed with her son and daughter. So the daughter and my daughter became friends. My daughter is older than she is, but they're bosom buddies even today. And then my son became friends with their son, and they're the same age. So they're bosom buddies.
so how did you get involved? How did you know about Friendship Gardens then? You were somebody who participated
Right.
in providing a program?
Right. I just remember I belonged to a choral group, and we came to the Friendship Gardens and sang. But I was still in high school when we did that.
Right.
So I remember that, and of
And
course,
the next time you got involved with the gardens was when?
when we moved to Michigan City.
You and your husband?
Not really. No, he was not one to get involved in things. He was an attorney, and he kind of stayed himself. I've been out involving for whatever.
You are a consummate volunteer. I know that.
So I'm everywhere. And he always said, "When are you going to slow down?" I said, "What am I going to do? Just sit here and watch television all
No,
day?
you're
I can't
gonna
do it."
you're one of those people who's gonna die with their boots on.
Right, you betcha. You betcha. I'm beginning to feel that way.
Oh, no, not yet.
Not yet, no. But I enjoy it. I enjoy working with community members. I enjoy working in the community. I enjoy helping to make change to the positive. So I
That's
enjoy
good.
doing that.
So what's the Friendship Gardens up to these days?
Well, we're trying to grow, and we're trying to get more people to come and visit. Obviously, we'll have our concert in joint with the LaPorte Symphony. I'm on the board over there as well.
And when is that
That's
happening?
usually in July.
Okay.
It's probably the second Sunday I don't have the memory. The second Sunday, I believe, is
So
when we
how
have
do
it.
we get tickets to that?
That'll be free. That'll be a free
Ooh.
concert. Yes, we
And
want to
what,
offer it.
second Sunday,
I
what
believe-
time?
Usually about 3:00. And
Okay,
it's at the big stage, so people bring their chairs and they just sit on the lawn. And we do have usually a food truck out there. Hopefully we'll do that again. So we'll see. We haven't started talking
don't
about,
do that.
oh no, I know. I haven't talked about that yet, but that's coming up shortly.
okay,
To
well,
begin
we'll find
planning
out the
it, yes,
date and
yeah.
we'll put it on the screen.
Wonderful, super,
Good.
super. Because it's always a fun affair.
Yeah.
Always lovely.
And then what's next for the
Well,
Friendship
we
Garden?
also have, in July, we'll have our fundraising gala. And this year, many people have asked. Our first gala was in the gardens, the second gala was in the gardens, and then we went elsewhere. And since that time, people have asked, why don't you use the facilities you have because they're so beautiful? So that was our conversation, and we will have our gala in the gardens in July. I think
Marvelous.
I think it's going to be the second Saturday. I should have it written down.
Okay, I'll
but-
put that in here too.
Great, super, super. I can get back to you with the date. But we'll do it in the gardens, and we'll have an orchestra, obviously, or a band, and food, and, have the people come and enjoy a nice evening.
That's great.
Yes.
That's
And we have a
great.
beautiful facility, so why not use it?
Exactly. Now, I know that you were a singer and participated when you were in high school.
Mhm.
Did you ever think that you would be involved in gardens?
No, not really. I've always loved gardening. And even when we lived in the city, I remember we lived on the third floor in an apartment in the south side of Chicago near the stockyards.
Uh-huh.
And I started a garden in the backyard. It was horrible looking. I couldn't stand it, so I cleaned up around the fence and I started planting sunflowers because I just couldn't take it. So that's really the beginning. My mother was a gardener. She loved gardening. My dad too, not as much as she did, but she and I would work outside. So I think I learned from her.
So you took a few of those skills and planted your own.
I did.
That's great.
Yeah, and I love gardening. So I think for anybody, gardening is a real soul refresher. I really do. I think Mother Nature has been good to us, and we need to be good to her. And I think that's what gardening does for me. And even though now my health isn't as strong, but I get out there, I walk my garden, and it's not a traditional garden. Everything is, I've tried to do all pretty much perennials, so I don't have to bend over all the time. I usually put in a few annuals just to give it color. And I like baskets, so I had a huge hanging basket done for me in our other house that hung off the big maple tree over our deck. So that thing is humongous. So I plant that, and it's hung from the tree now in our backyard, so I can look out the window and see it.
Nice.
And the deer pretty much have to leave it alone because when they start at it, the thing starts swinging. So they don't really like it. Although when I first planted it this year, I thought, oh my God, the impatiens are chewed, but only on one side, because then they got smart. They had one stand on one end and one on the other, so they'd hold the basket from swinging. So I thought, no, this is not going to work. You're not going to keep doing this.
So what did you do?
So I started spraying the stuff that they
Oh,
don't
good.
like.
Good.
So, anyway, I think we humans either we do love the outdoors and we love the animals, but when they start destroying our gardens, then we start thinking,
there's
what can we do? It's a nice
little-
balance.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're looking for a balance.
Yeah, right. So anyway, they're beautiful to look at because they're constantly walking through my garden. I can see them through the kitchen window, and they are beautiful animals. But I don't want them to stop by my garden, start chewing on anything.
How do they do with the Friendship Gardens?
Well, we do have deer, and we do try to spray some of the areas, but they get at. I mean, we do have a fenced-in area where we plant our donated plants, because every year, thank goodness, proven winners in Michigan donates plants to us, so we go up and get those. Then we put them in this area. So that's our container garden, if you will. And then, when the weather is good, then we start going in there and taking plants out and planting them in other areas at the front entrance of the garden and others. But, it's a constant battle. Those animals are beautiful, but when they destroy so much, then it's a battle to, try to spray and keep them away.
You should talk to them sometime about
that. I'm sure they wouldn't listen.
I'm sure they wouldn't either.
No. But, again, if I think in many areas of the garden, they do stay awake because people come and walk their dogs. And once the dogs are around, the deer are not around.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so
you should have 2 or 3 dogs that are dogs of the Friendship Gardens.
Yes, that's an idea.
Yeah, and
I'll have our
get a trainer.
Our cabin person to get a dog.
Yes, and get a
him.
trainer that convinces the dog to stay in a certain area.
That's a good idea. I will talk to them. See if they'll be willing to take care of that piece of work. Because I always come up with some kind of an idea, and they said, "Would you stop?"
Would you stop?
Ideas just keep flowing, so.
Well, you're a very creative person. I hope they appreciate that.
Well, I hope so. Sometimes it may be foolish, but I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we certainly hope you take advantage of those 2 events this summer at International Friendship Gardens. And if you're hearing about this organization for the first time, it is located at?
Right on Michigan Avenue, or Route 12. You can't miss it. You drive right by it. And we have a beautiful sculpture out in front of the gardens.
And it's east of Michigan City.
Yes, heading towards New Buffalo.
Right.
You can't miss it. It's on the right-hand side. The gates are always open other than, when we're closed at 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
So what days of the week are you open in the summertime?
We're open every day other than Mondays.
Wow.
Unless somebody, needs an event or whatever, then obviously we're open.
And you do weddings?
We do weddings.
And events?
And events, yes.
Even clubs can go meet there.
Absolutely.
It's marvelous. They've got a great facility for that.
It is, and we do have a closed-in cabin towards the other side of the garden so people can use that. And it's a closed, halfway closed and open environment there. And then we do have a beautiful stage where we have concerts. That's enclosed with obviously open to
Is that the pavilion?
That's the pavilion. That's the newest structure. Yes, that was built with John Lineweber when he was president. So.
And you can do all kinds of things there, like have service club meetings and all kinds of things.
I know the Michigan City Rotary has met
That's right.
on the stage, and the
we had lunch there.
Yes, we had lunch there on the stage there, and then we had another Rotary that met there as well.
Maybe it was LaPorte.
I think LaPorte met there as well some years ago. So it's a lovely place to be, and people love to come and walk the gardens and go out on
There's
the island.
a great walk on
And
Thanksgiving.
they walk their walks, and we have dog bowls out so the dogs can take a refresher drink.
Oh, welcome those dogs. They're going to keep the deer away.
That's right. So bring your dogs, take a walk, and enjoy the gardens. And the only thing we don't allow is boats on the lake.
Okay. No boats on the lake.
No boats. I know somebody years ago tried, and the thing is half sunken on the sides, so we've pulled that out. It's kind of a half sunken boat, but no boats on that lake.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing.
Well,
this
thank
has
you.
been wonderful. And I suspect if you're curious about something, troubled about something, trying to sort out your life, this would be a fabulous place to just go and wander around.
Well, thank you, Suzy, because all the research that I have read over the years tells us that Mother Nature is the best place to be for calmness, refreshing of the soul, to really grieve. And one new thing that we have is an individual from Chicago contacted me and they wanted to put up a grieving telephone booth. And we do have a red English telephone booth, and that's for people who are grieving, and you can use the telephone because it's called a wind phone, so it really doesn't go anywhere. But if you want to keep, contact with your deceased, you may come in, get in the wind phone, and talk to your deceased. It's a red English phone that's sitting on the second part of the gardens.
Wow. And if you are a young child, there is a
playground.
And
Yes.
and there's also a place to go and try to get lost and find your way around.
Yes, we do have that, and we do have a little children's cottage, which unfortunately we had some vandalism last year, but we've fixed it all up, and it's a shame because it's all painted in yellows and greens. And
Great.
I asked the high school art department to come and paint it inside and out. So it's a sharing place, and we have swings there for people and teeter-totters. So we have lots of families
And a
that
maze
come
to
out.
run around in.
And a maze, that's right. And people bring their picnics. They have a picnic, and the kids go to the playground.
That's great. Well, definitely come and check out the International
Friendship Gardens, absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
Suzy, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.